Okay, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I was sitting here like I've mentioned before, sometimes I record a video and then I kind of sit here and like either look for recommendations or kind of see what I'm going to do next. I didn't really prepare this time. So I was going to listen to Mahavishnu Orchestra, which we are doing right now. So before we got into the track, I was like, okay, let me listen to Dance of Maya again and then just kind of get myself back into it. And I'm sitting here reading, but I'm easily distracted. I'm like a squirrel. There's nuts out there, and I'm going for them. Let's listen to You Know, Mahavishnu Orchestra. Let's not delay. Let's not get caught up in the noodle race. And it actually is a little bit afternoon, so let's just go ahead and hop right into it. You know. Ba-boom. Let me turn up the volume. you guys have to hear me out. I know this track. I've heard this track many times before. This is not a first listen. This is completely okay. But the thing is, I have no idea where I've heard this track. And I don't mean like I've just heard it. Like I've listened to this one. Like I've heard that track several times. Is it like on a playlist I have and then I've just like always had it there and I just never like knew? I'm just looking through my Jazz JP playlist. I don't think that's on there, but no, it's not. I have definitely heard that. I know that track. I've heard it several times. I was trying to research like if I've heard it somewhere else, and I was just trying to figure out. That's what I was like typing in during the music, but I have no idea where I've heard it. But I definitely know that track, and that's the funniest thing. I can't even think of like where I first discovered it, but I love that track. I always have. It holds this certain tension in that chorus, right? In that repeated motif. Bum 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 bum. It's so simple and so delicate in its atmosphere. It holds this particular tension. Rick's bass, particularly like the way that he sets up that motif and then he kind of plays off of it every once in a while. It's the spaces in between that really count. It's that odd meter that it's played in as well, and the way that everyone fills in different ways. Whether that's Cobham on the back end with a little bit of a drum solo, the way that McLaughlin comes in with his absolutely hellish guitar, just jump scaring you out of nowhere. Wham! Wham! Like, it sounds like someone just stepped on a bird. It sounds like someone accidentally stepped on a cat's tail or a bird and wham, just squawking for no reason at all. Goodman's violin playing, I find especially elegant, whether he's playing in the motif itself, which they all kind of get down in a little bit, or in, once again, those spaces in between. And the piano in the beginning is played absolutely beautiful by Jan. Like, this is one of those pieces by the Mahavishnu Orchestra that is atmospheric. It's dwelling, as in, like, you can feel like they're just dwelling on the atmosphere and on the beats and kind of having their own little jams in between that. That's a track that I would love to see played live and see what they do with it, because of course that could be easily extended. But it's also one of those tracks that, maybe it's just because of me, but it's also instantly recognizable. As soon as you hear that melody and the bum, 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 it's just like, ooh, yes, like that would be a crowd pleaser for me to personally hear. But yeah, I have no idea where I've heard that. Now, I even looked up really quick while we were listening, because remember, I believe I mentioned it at the beginning of this album, but I had many, and I mean many years ago, how old am I now? So like 15 years ago, when I would just go to like a record store, Best Buy or whatever, and I would just choose random CDs because I would just want to listen to anything. So I'd buy random CDs of groups and bands that I've never heard of, and then just go home and listen to them. Mahavishnu was one of those bands, but I had gotten their album, The Trident Sessions, I think it was. It was like their last release. I don't know. But I even looked up that really quick to see if that particular album was where this song was featured, but it's not. So I don't know where I first heard this song, but I've heard that plenty of times. More than familiar with that one, and I love it. That's probably, now that I know who's playing it, that's probably my favorite Mahavishnu Orchestra song in general. Now that I can kind of, see that and everything. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on this one, though. Let me know what you thought. I think this is a perfect song, to be honest. A perfect piece, I should say. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You can let me know. Down there, you can follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon, and all those things. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope this made your day just a little bit, not necessarily a lot, but I hope it did too, but just a little bit brighter, made it a little bit better, a little more interesting. I'll see you guys later. Bye.